I've always had fun with the camera ever since I was young. My parents loved taking photos of me, and it kind of grew that interest for me. But professionally, I think it started about a year ago. I was working with another brand, and I was the in-house stylist there, and I did a lot of social media work with them. So yeah, kind of got me there. Today, I think the main focus is to capture the beauty of the relationship between the bride and her closest ones, her bridesmaids, whether that's her sister or her best friend. So I think we're looking forward to kind of really capture. The creative inspiration is definitely like my girls and like my team, and envisioning what that day might be for me as well, and like you want to have those moments with them as well. I started professionally about a year ago, but I think what really got me started was when I was young. The interest within the family, getting pictures taken and stuff was something I always loved, and it was encouraged. So I think now I'm looking into furthering that. I think what we want to capture for today's shoot the most is the essence and like the bond between the bride and her girls. So I think that's going to be the main focus. I think the inspiration is really capturing the joy and those like happy moments that the bride has with her bridesmaids. I know like the day is about her and her husband, but it's also the family and like your surrounding support that really makes that day special as well.
Yeah, so I am a graduate in fashion. I did fashion for almost 3 to 4 years, more designing. And then from there, I actually went to University of Arts London to learn styling, and that's when I got a thing for styling. And since then, I've been into styling, commercial, editorial, photo shoots, music videos, short films as well. I had an opportunity. I had opportunity to work with a couple of brands, work in fashion weeks, explore brand partnership opportunities as well. I think the thing about styling is that you have a lot of freedom to put your thoughts into it. Actually just work on a concept and style outfits for that. And that really inspired me every single day. Because for me, I had a motive, think about what my mood feels like and style accordingly. And that has really been a great motivator for me on my daily basis. So yeah, that's how I started styling. For today, our concept is religiously focused on showcasing the bond a bridesmaid and a bride has. And it's almost same in every culture. That's what really fantasizes. Today's shoot is focused on showcasing the relationship between a bride and a bridesmaid. Good thing is that this is so universal. It's not that tough to feel about it. You know how your brides and your friends get married. And it's actually the journey that we want to focus in today, from the bride getting ready to when she is on the aisle, going right there for her moment. That's what we are definitely going to focus on today. The whole shoot is actually South Asian, so there is a lot of culture, a lot of tradition associated with it. You would be seeing a lot of colors. For the bride, for sure, we want her to pop out: reds, maroons, blues, and golds. Whereas for the bridesmaid, we have gone a bit toned down, kind of giving them a more a more modern, free approach for their outfits, going a little bit more ivory, beiges and tans. The jewelry is really amazing, intricate designs. We've got kundan, we've got golds. So it's really a perfect balance of both the embroidery over the outfit and the jewelry. It's an amazing brand. Again, South Asian. They have some amazing outfits for each occasion. For the South Asian weddings. So yeah, like I said, for the bride, we wanted to go all out. We wanted to focus on the Pantone that's mostly reds, maroons.
So ever since I was young, I was always into watching movies. So I got to Humber College, and I'm studying videography, cinematography, and directing. And I like the idea of visually storytelling, telling a story through just the lens, through using lights, colors, and giving different moods through like visual means. So yeah, like I find myself in this position. Yeah, I'm looking forward to capture some spontaneous moments as a BTS videographer. I want to capture the joy, the excitement, the happiness, since we're filming like a film about brides with their friends, I want to show like the spontaneous moments with, you know, like the crew members interacting with each other, with the models, show like how it's done behind the scenes, so people have a sense of the process and everything. And also along the way film some interviews, so people get to know the people interacting like in a better, like more personally. So yeah.
Well, the theme based behind the theme of the shoot is to, you know, bridal for the shoot, and I actually like the, you know, the clothes and the brand, and they have a very good variety of styles, and we have a big team, you know. So, and the Karina did a very good job in styling, and Isaac doing his fantastic job with the makeup and everything, you know. And the main inspiration behind this shoot is to, you know, capture the moments of the bridal and his friends, you know, so they can be together and, you know, prepare her for the moment of life, and, you know, be the bridal of the day or bridal of the year, right? Yeah, and the location that I choose behind the shoot is the Guildwood Park. You know, the aesthetics coming out of with the stones and everything looks so fantastic with the bridal clothing and the makeup and everything. And I think that's one of the inspiration coming out of that shoot. You know, the main theme regarding like how I choose this cinematography behind this shoot is to, you know, capture the emotions of the bridal, and especially the capturing the, you know, emotions coming out through their eyes, you know, through the body, how the body posture should be look like, and how the walking of the bride, you know, everything has to be captured in that particular, specifically A angles. And yes, and since I'm using gimbal for this one, you know, and I've been using the lower angles specifically. Why? Because in order to capture the higher depth of field in the background, which can, you know, match up with the color, which can match up with the, you know, the outfits and everything. And the color theme should be behind, you know, like aesthetics should be warmish tone. So yeah, so that's one of the some points behind the cinematography of this one. And I will prefer that you know, I would like to shoot in 120 fps, and since, you know, it shows the proper full super slow motions and everything. Yeah, that's one of the things behind. Like the main reason, because I started my this field as a writer, to write films and everything. Then once I grabbed the camera, you know, I was shooting for my friend. I shot my first video with the iPhone, and that's how I learned, you know, from the YouTube. And I want to mention here, if you like listening to it, there's a guy named Barry. Like, he's on YouTube channel. He's a fantastic guy. If everyone ever wants to learn anything, cinematography, lighting, and the production design, I will recommend that guy. And yeah, so I'll quickly learn step by step, you know, how I learn what's the aperture, how much it should be the ISO, how much should be the f point, and what's the camera, you know, the technicalities, you know, what dynamic range does the camera shoots. And I have loved working with the RE's camera because I love them, you know, so cinematic camera. And yeah, right now I'm in a stage of learning the Steadicam operator, because I want to be like, if I ever want to be cinematographer, I want to be Steadicam operator, because I like the, you know, since the filmmaking has been changed over the years, especially from the Nolans to Scorsese to the right now to the new filmmaker, especially Matt Reeves. I love the Batman.
So hair and makeup is my passion, I would say. My background is completely different. I've always been a science student, always in the books, doing research. And then I came across my love for makeup and hair, and I just realized this is my creative outlet, which I'm so happy to have found. At this point, I'm doing this full time, so it's literally doing what I love, which is the best part. So I would start with the story. I grew up as a single sister. I don't have any sisters. I do have siblings, but I'm the only sister, and this is one thing that I really felt missing when I was getting married. And then when I started getting into wedding makeup and all that, I just realized this is so important. Even if there's somebody getting you ready, the emotional support, the feminine energy around you at that time is so important. And like any other bride, this is a big day.
See, I heard today we're gonna go to Scarborough, so I haven't went there in a minute, so I wanna find out what's that like, shooting the location that we're shooting in. I heard that we're moving to Scarborough. We're gonna move all of the shoot to Scarborough, and I'm mostly looking forward to exploring the location and seeing how I can explore different angles and just film. We're moving to Scarborough. We're shooting in Scarborough in the main location, so I'm mostly looking forward to how I can explore different angles and just find just explore the location too, and just see where the best parts we can film. And the theme is like a bridal wedding, so I'm mostly looking forward to how I can just represent that and capture certain moments that can make for good content and make for great shots. So yeah, that's mostly it. I've always been like a imaginative kid. I've always had like a far-fetched imagination, and I always wanted to see how I can communicate that through visual arts. And I also mostly do music, so I also want to collide those worlds together and kind of just show that through cinematography and short films and whatever form of media that can express it through. So yeah, I could have had better answer. But yeah.
So for me, modeling started off with pageants. So I participated in pageants, and I won pageants. Happy to say that. And that's how I got into modeling itself. So I feel like modeling and pageants have something in common, which is the creative aspect, where you have to showcase yourself, your talents, the way you carry yourself, and things like that. So I think that at the same time, the innate nature of myself, in terms of creativity, knowing how to pair things, colors, the color palette. So I think everything combined, just the innateness and my experience in pageants got me into modeling. So today's shoot was amazing. I think doing a concept like this, being a bridesmaid and for a bride, I think it must have been my first time. I've always been a part of being a bride itself, or it always has been two bridesmaids, never has been a concept of bride with the bridesmaids. So I think today was very new for me, and I think the concept itself was great, because what we need is the models embodying what that day, the wedding day, looks like, right? So I think it's always, obviously when you see the video after it's created, you'll feel that emotional aspect. It should feel touching, and it should feel like you have experienced that, or you're about to experience that, right? Yeah. So that's my thought on today's shoot.
Well, we're doing this bridal pre-wedding shoot, and then what we are trying to achieve from this shoot is get an outstanding images. When you talk about photography, videography, we're trying to capture all the moments when all the friends they talk to the bride, and then they discuss things and all those emotions, those happiness, and then those bridesmaids also want to be a bride one day, right? So all that emotion, we want to capture it. And then the whole purpose of doing this shoot is to have the brand awareness. We're working with this new brand, Kaysaria. They have outstanding stuff, and we want to collaborate with them to showcase the world what they have, right? And then with the basic, not very basic, an advanced level of photography and videography. Well, I don't really handle the direction part of it. We have Godse Films who take care of that. He have that vision. He tried to capture all the visuals within one frame from different angles, and we have a great team that make it happen. And what I do, I try to manage, all the production side, try to bring all the artistic vision in one frame. That's what's important to me. If the model has something to say, if the makeup artist, hair artist, stylist, all the BTS guy, DPs, cinematographers, photographers, anybody have to say anything, I make sure their ideas comes into the director's mind, and then the whole artistic vision can be achieved in one single frame. Well, this shoot, the experience was great. We worked with this new brand, and then they had some mind-blowing designs, jewelry wise too. So the whole experience was great, but what I would like to add, we learn every day. So today we learned that how crucial time management is, and we shouldn't rely on one or two person. The whole team needs to be aware of everything, whatever happening on the set. So next time we'll make sure the time management thing can be tackled perfectly.